What is up, everybody? Welcome to the leadership training that we have right now for DreamTrips. And I'm starting over now because I got to hit the recording. But right now we're on a legendary run. And right now it's important that you realize that time is of the essence. We have 9 days left till activation. Okay, so Mark's going to come on here and talk a little bit about what the next 12, 18, 24 months is as far as vision and trips, just so you know about the thought that's going into your futures and our futures, okay? And then Makai is going to pop on here and talk about some prep work on the pre-launch as we end free launch and go into pre-launch, okay? And then we're also going to get into, and I'll map out a little bit, what does it look like to hit 1K, 5K, 10K, 50K? Because some of you are going to be hitting that, 25, 50, 100, even beyond. And what does that look like? And what do you need to understand as far as volume and founders packs to put that together? Okay. And so without further ado, I want to bring on our CEO and owner, Mr. Mark Smith. What's up, buddy?
What's happening, Jefferson? Can you guys hear me, see me okay?
Yep.
Everything's good?
Yep.
All right, man. I am super, super pumped to be here. My part's a little bit shorter today. Maybe some of you guys are happy about that, but I'm going to be in and out of this call and really leave a bulk of the prep and strategy and blueprint to Jefferson and Micaiah on really what to do. Like you say, this countdown is, at first some people are like, oh, we got to wait a few more days. And it's like, now others are like, is there any way to extend it? Because I think people really realize now that, okay, I need to really figure out my rank, really figure out how many people I have in my funnel right now, how many people are already in my tree, how many people do I need to activate to hit my rank? So I think we're all getting a reality check right now, right? Okay, we're almost there. Now we really need to prepare. So what I want to do today is I want to give you a little bit of an inside look at what we're preparing. I want to give you a belief, raise your belief even more than it is right now by the prep that we're doing, so that when we activate on November 7th, it's not going to be like, okay, we activate and then there's no plan. When we activate, the plan has already been done, and we'll just give you the plan in bite-sized pieces as we go. So we're just going to ask you as leaders, just follow our direction, take our lead if you would. Let us walk you day by day, the days leading up to November 7th launch. And then literally from that day forward, just go day by day with us, because we have a strategy here at the company and we'll be unrolling and unveiling things. Probably the first couple of weeks, there'll be just emergency leadership call. Okay, guys, we're now going to go into another phase and we're going to let you know about something else that we're doing. So just going to ask that you do that. Just to give a kind of a quick recap, and I'm going to go to a calendar real quick, is we've now gotten a chance to look at like our 8-day counter, which is going to be amazing. And Jefferson's going to talk a lot about that. We've now gotten a chance to look at one of our first new videos. So we're building 3 brand new videos for the funnel. Maybe the best video of my entire career that I've seen and have been a part of a company. It's that good. Okay. And I almost don't want to over promote the video, because a good video is when you're captivated by the video and you keep watching it over and over again and you're pumped about the music and you're like, this video is awesome. That's the kind of video it is. And so we have 3 brand new videos that will sync. I cannot wait to see our next one, because I've seen the sizzle. We were going to show you guys, but we know you guys, you're networkers, you'll record it and you'll show your team and you'll put it on Facebook. So we can't, I'm not even trusted with the video. I don't even know if I have the file. Okay. So we want to come out fresh. We want to look new, even newer than we do in pre-launch. Right. And so the sizzle video is off the charts. The next video we're waiting on today is our 4-minute brand new membership video. Okay. Just pumped about that. So you get 3 brand new videos today. This morning at 3 a.m. I woke up, and you wake up about every 2 hours in our lives right now, because we have about 70 WhatsApp message groups going that are filled by the time you wake up in the morning with all these projects, right? We have people all over the world. We have people in Mexico working on our stuff. We have people in Malaysia working on our stuff. We have people in Europe. We have staff in Cyprus. We've got the staff in multiple time zones. So what's happening right now is we're all sitting here going, all right, let's launch. I'm ready. What's happened behind the scenes is a massive movement of projects, information, strategy, road mapping, okay? And got a chance to look at our new corporate website. Oh my gosh. Jefferson, I know you and I haven't even got to talk about it yet. I just was at 3 a.m. I went through the Figma screenshots, bad to the bone. It's so fresh. It's so hot. It's so up to date. I personally have been looking at our competitors. I won't name them by name, but other big travel companies, not all the little mosquitoes out there. You just spray water and then they go away, right? I'm talking about the big guys of the world, right? The big competitors. And man, I was like, let's go look at their website to compare to see, are we in the same world or level? Are we following the same path as some of our bigger competitors, and specifically in travel? And I went to one of our competitors who's supposedly in momentum. I think they do have some momentum right now. They're probably doing 200 million plus a year, somewhere in that range. And I went to the website, and I'm not trying to bash companies, so I'm not even mentioning the name. I was shocked at how badass our website is compared to theirs. I'm like, wow, they're a $200, $300 million company. We're a startup. Our website blows it away just from the look, the feel, the freshness, and like the pop of, hey, I want to be part of this club. Then I clicked on their corporate video because I'm like, all right, I want to make sure you got to check yourself, right? Let's look. It's good to look at what some of the competitors are doing. And I looked at their video and I was like, wow, that is a subpar video. That video seems like it's 10 years old. That's how I felt, right? And I look at our video, I'm like, it doesn't even compare to the sharpness, the pop, the adrenaline, the music matching to get those endorphin hits where you're just like, wow, bro, give me another scene. Throw me the next part of this video. And so I can just tell you this, we will deliver precise, crisp, awesome branding, marketing, videos, website, funnel, back office, better than any one of our current competitors. And they're $200 to $300, $400 million companies, and they've got years and years and years of on top of us. That I can assure you of what we've put together. So I'm pretty pumped about that. Got to look at, and today we'll probably finish that at the new back office. So you're already using the new back office. That's awesome. That works. It's glitch free. Okay, we're enhancing that to a whole nother level. It'll be faster. It'll be more maneuverable. One of the things we've heard loud and clear from you guys is you want an up arrow in the binary tree. So you want to search through your team, but you also want to hit up and go up the tree. Okay, so there's all these cool, we're listening to everything you guys are saying. So we put as much features in so that on November 7th, we're launching even with a new feature set. Got extensive calls with Jefferson Mackay and our team on our app. Our app is smoking. It is, I feel bad for really the competition because it's not just because you got an app, right? It's because it works and it's simple, right? Sometimes people create apps and they're all like, they're super robust and you got to take 6 months to learn how to use the app. Our app is a very simple app, but you're going to be able to use your app for prospecting. So your funnel, your current funnel link will actually be app driven. So you'll be able to download an app and you'll be shooting out your funnel links to your prospects from an app. And in that app, you'll have all the resources from the company, all the videos. There'll be a social media vault for some of our awesome social media stuff. You'll be able to take it from your app and post it. You'll be able to access your back office directly from the app. So these are some of the enhancements. So that's my part of just, I want you guys to understand I may be a little bit more radio silent as the days go by because we are going into what we call the cave. Okay. The cave is where we just like, the light, we pull the shades down, no one gets to look in, and we're working 24/7. That's literally where we are right now. Very important for you to know, don't let the lack of noise trick you into thinking there's a lack of energy, right? The energy is actually higher and bigger. We go a little bit quieter as leaders on the inside because we're like, whoa, okay, we're getting close. Okay, we want to say this to all of you so that you understand we are really out there cranking away. And man, all I can see on my screen right now is Joe Vitale's blues in the background there. I like that. Appreciate that. Peace. Love it. Get me all motivated. I'm about to start singing cadence here in a second, right? Hey, someday we'll do a ruck hike together. What I want to do now is I want to show you what I've been working on behind the scenes. So this is a combination of our global travel team. So this is the team that works for Tammy, my wife, who may or may not be on here today, but you don't hear a lot from her lately because she is in the global grind of we need trips in all these regions. We need founders trips, the cruise. So what I'm going to show you is what Tammy's travel team has been working on in conjunction with us here in the field to map out a rhythm. The number one tip I want to give you as the CEO is follow the DreamTrips rhythm. Don't try to be creative. Don't try to do it on your own, okay? One of the things that I always comment about the military is how do people from all walks of life join the military? Some of them can't even walk and chew gum at the same time. Some people don't even know how to brush their teeth. Joe could tell you that at boot camp, they make you all line up and everybody puts toothpaste on the toothbrush and you stand in front of a mirror with a timer with 1,000 guys, right? And they're like, this is toothpaste. You brush your teeth for 2 minutes, whatever it is, right? Why? Because people come from all different education levels, backgrounds, and upbringings when they join the military. 12 weeks later, they march out, one drum beat looking like $1 million, talking like $1 million, posture like you never had in your life. Even your parents don't recognize you. That's a lot of what you hear. Why is that? System is one way of doing it. If there was 40 ways of doing it, you wouldn't have a team come out the other side of boot camp. You wouldn't have a platoon come out. You wouldn't have anybody that could ever win anything or accomplish anything. You'd have 40 different ways of doing it. There'd be zero coordination. That's what this industry looks like. A lot of companies, I've been part of companies where one guy does one thing, one gal's got another thing. We use this video. We use this PowerPoint. This is how we pitch. This is how we change the brand. We don't have a D in a palm tree. We have a D in an apple tree. People get creative, right? It's Tammy and I's secret to success. We joined a company called Prepaid Legal 22, 23 years ago. Okay. Still in the military, just trying to make some extra money. What triggered our success is we didn't know any better, right? We come from military families. We were a military family. We joined a company and they said, do this and this. And we're like, yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Okay. We'll do this and this. We didn't know any better, right? Guess what? We had success because of it. Because we were brainwashed in a good way from the military, where simple system, follow just a couple of steps. Don't make it complicated. Duplicate leadership, right? Stay within the rails of your system. That's what we have for you in every single way. I'm telling you, this is a dream company. I've been a part of companies where you got to create all your own stuff. You got to spend your own money. I mean, we're trying to give you your product for free. We're trying to get you to earn your money back in your first 30 days. And we're trying to say, don't go spend money and go build all these things for your business. We're going to do that as a company. Sounds easy. It's one of the hardest things to accomplish in our industry. It's why most companies don't have it, because you need camaraderie, right? You need camaraderie. You need people that are in Africa to Malaysia to the United States to Germany, all working together, right? In camaraderie. It's going to be the hardest thing we do. If we become one team, one family, one culture, one drumbeat, we become unstoppable, right? You know the story of the 300 Spartans. Some people think it's just a movie or a myth. Just read history. You've had these small groups of people that have been able to accomplish these impossible missions. Why? Camaraderie, right? Camaraderie is stronger than any weapon. When you have team synergy and intestinal fortitude and you're everyone in the same direction, it's pretty hard to stop that. Why can't we apply those rules of combat and empire building and anything else you want to? I'm a big historian guy, right? Why can't we put that into business? No, sports teams use it. Sports teams that have camaraderie win championships. Sports teams that are fighting with each other, or hey, we pass the ball this way, or we're going to run this different play, then they'll win championships. So we're going to win championships because why? We're one big team. Yes, Pat, we're one big team. It's not that you can be independent, but we want to give you everything so you can say, hey, I don't need to do anything but build. I want you to wake up every morning and go, all I have to do is add people to my community and be a servant leader for my team. And the company takes care of everything else. So I'm going to switch over, Micaiah, real quick to my board. I got my ruler today. Okay. So not only kidding, right? So if any of you went to school where they still use the ruler, I actually did back in the day in Boston. But I will be your teacher here, Tay, for a second. I'm using my ruler as a pointer. So give me 1 second and go right to the board. Boom. I'm going to leave on my phone. There we go. All right. Okay. So this is a 1-year calendar. Okay. A perpetual planner. I encourage you guys to buy it. You can buy it online. We just printed this out and blew it up. But I have a 5-foot by 4-foot whiteboard at my house that's this planner. It looks so simple, but it actually is genius because this is a whole year. So these are the months, and then these are the days of the week. And you go in and every year you dry erase it and you write the days of the month. Okay. So just give me an idea. So you zoom in for me.
You're echoing. You got to mute the other one now.
So we're all driving to the DreamTrips cruise. Okay. We already know that. And so our rhythm is every 4 months, we are going to on a trip in every region. Okay. So the drumbeat of DreamTrips has always been about every 4 months, you're driving your members and your team to go on a trip. Not everybody can afford to go every 4 months, but the goal is every 4 months. So at first, maybe it's once a year, then it's twice a year. But the goal is to give people enough preparation. And we built the comp plan to travel. We're a travel club, right? So we didn't only build it to make money. Of course, we built it to make money, okay? But we built it to travel as well. And so there will be the ability to really earn travel dollars to make this 4-month rhythm an actual reality for the masses. So January is the DreamTrips cruise, okay? Now think about it. We're going to sell out of this cruise at any moment. We already sold our entire block of rooms, and now we're using what's left at the cruise, and we're just selling as they make them available, right? So you want to push your team. You do not want to stop promoting the cruise. You want as many people on the cruise as possible. And here's the reason why. Once we close out the cruise, all of the people that join afterwards, they have to wait to go on another trip. So let's just say we close it out on November 10th. Let's say we sell out all of the rooms for November 10th. That means everybody that joins after November 10th, so you have all of November, all of December, all of January, all of February. See, that's 4 or 5 months of people joining. They don't have a trip. So this is critical to make this your number one target. It is not over. We're increasing every day right now. Every single day. We've now passed 250 people on this cruise. This would be huge for us, okay? Once the cruise closes out, you can see this is January. We have the fives in Playa del Carmen, Mexico. Okay, so in other words, in November, when the cruise is finally closed off, we will start promoting the fives, okay, to everyone on this side of the world. So there's different regions. There's North and South America, right? And then there is, and you can see right here, what this stands for is Europe, Middle East, and Asia. Okay, that's what EMEA is. NASA is North and South America. Okay, so these are the regions that we're building in. And so in the North and South America region, we'll be promoting everybody to go to Mexico. It doesn't mean people from Europe can't go to Mexico, right? This is just, it gives a lot of variety, but this is the rhythm of the company. So once the cruise is closed out, not completed, once the selling is closed, we're promoting the fives, okay, in Mexico. In Europe, they're going to be promoting, we're going to be having an event we're letting you guys know about in March, somewhere around the 26th. We'll get more dialed in, but somewhere in Italy, most likely, it's going to probably be Rome. We're going to do an EU event. So it'll be an event and a training. Okay. So it'll be a dream trip. We call it Travel and Transform. So you can see from the cruise, we're promoting both regions. We have North and South America with the Mexico trip, and we have Middle East, Africa, and Europe with the Europe trip. Okay. Now, when we get bigger, we'll have more trips, but this is to keep everyone promoting one thing. In addition, in April, okay, so we like to go every 4 months. So if you say this is January, you got February, March, April. So 3 or 4 months is fine. It's not going to always be perfect 4 months. We have Vegas Supercar somewhere around April. These dates are not set yet. So Vegas Supercar. Now that's for North and South America, but that's a world event, right? Everyone loves Vegas. I don't know who doesn't want to come race a supercar around a racetrack in Vegas. That's pretty cool. And so that will be here. In addition to that, we've added in May. So you can see we have an event in January, we have an event in February, we have an event in March, we have an event in April. So every single month, we literally have an event that's a company-driven event, right? So in May, we're going to do Mother's Day at the Gaylord Opryland in Nashville, Tennessee. So we'll be letting you know more about this event. Okay, for those, and this is a smaller trip. It's probably going to be a little bit more boutique. Okay, now, in addition to that, and so I am leaking something right now. So you guys just got a bonus, by the way. And please don't post this on Facebook, and please don't promote it yet, right? You're a leader. We want to get a bang out of it, but it's on the calendar, so I'm going to tell you. We are going to launch a incredible, huge trip to Croatia, an incentive trip. So the very first day of pre-launch, on November 7th, we're going to launch a company incentive trip. That incentive trip is going to be June 25th to the 29th in Croatia. Okay. It's going to be rank driven. Okay. And you're going to be able to earn multiple levels of the trip. So one of the things I want to let you know as a leader coming through the ranks, one of the things I didn't like is you had to be the absolute top rock star to be able to win a trip, right? There was no other way. You couldn't pay for half the trip or earn half the trip. It was like all or nothing. Like you either had to be full-time with no kids and no responsibilities and hit these crazy positions to win one of these trips. So this trip, you're going to be able to buy it. You're going to be able to win it for a trip for one, a trip for two. You're going to be able to win airline vouchers. Okay. You're going to be able to use Dream Trip points, and you're going to be able to use travel dollars. So there's no excuse for someone to not be able to go to this because you have 6 months of a promotion, right? Or whatever the promotion period is going to end up being to be able to be on this trip. And believe me, you should definitely want to win it for free, right? Trip for two with some airfare. That'd be nice. But what if you only win a trip for one? So what if you have $800 in travel dollars? You put that down. Now you got a trip. What if you use your Dream Trip points, travel dollars, and maybe you come out of pocket $400, but you have a trip for two with airfare going to Croatia. Okay, so everything is about driving towards Croatia. So we're going through our rhythm. We're hitting the cruise. Some people are going to break off and hit the Europe event. Some people are going to break off and hit the Mexico event right here, right? These will be some scattered out dream trips that members may go as well as reps. We're all driving to Croatia. Okay. Now, somewhere in here as well, we're going to do a Bourbon Street, Louisiana. If anyone's ever been to Mardi Gras, throw it in the chat. I haven't been there. I heard it's crazy. We have a really cool thing we're going to do. We have a private parade that's only for dream trippers marching down the street to Bourbon Street to the party. So it's going to be pretty cool. Okay. So that'll be somewhere in here as well. So we're really packing events. Now, in the portal right now, we probably have 30 to 40 Europe trips. We have Cape Town. I believe we have a Victoria Falls. We've got a bunch of Europe trips. Those are in the portal already. So now what I want to show you is if we stick to about an every 4-month rhythm, if you just draw a line from Croatia to here and a line to here, what you'll find out is from June in North and South America, we're going to have a Disneyland. And it's funny because I was kind of like pushing the Disney trip. Some of the guys were like, I don't know, I want to go to Disney. Now I got Makai telling me, heck yeah, I'm totally in for Disney. You haven't done Disneyland if you haven't done it with Tammy Smith. My wife is a pro at Disneyland, okay? So if you were at Disneyland with us, pop it in the chat, let everybody know how awesome it was. So from Croatia in June, we're going to all be driving to Disney, Anaheim, California. And from Croatia in June, in Middle East, Europe, Africa, they're going to be driving to Romania, Halloween party. We're gonna get the Bren Castle, the most famous castle in the world, for Halloween. Right here, we've done this trip before. Count Dracula's wedding is usually at like midnight. It's Transylvania. Yes, Transylvania is a real place. Okay, and and Count Dracula is a real person. Okay, it's not a myth. They named a real person Count Dracula, but there's a real story behind it. I won't spoil it. Very cool. Does this mean if you're in the U.S., like I know Ginger Bomb, you're probably on here right now. If you're in the U.S., does that mean you can't go to this? No, you can go to anything. If you're building in Europe, I want to explain something to you guys. We're strategically mapping this out because if you're a leader that's building an international team, right, you're probably going to the cruise and maybe you're hitting the Supercar Vegas, but you might be going over to Europe because you have a team coming here, okay? Or you might be hitting the Mother's Day trip with some moms, right? Then you're hitting Croatia, and then you're going to the Romania Halloween party, even though you're from the U.S. Okay, so there's no restrictions here. It's strategically making sure we're not in the same weeks or too close so that a leader can build internationally. So from Croatia, we're driving the whole company to either Disneyland or Romania. Now, just a side subject is we're probably going to put Asia into the play because we have Asia popping now. So you might see an Asia trip in here somewhere. So that from Croatia, North and South America, we're driving to California. Europe, Middle East, Africa, we're driving to Romania. Asia, we're driving maybe to a Thailand trip, for example. Okay. And so lots of planning went into this to give you an idea. And we're not done. There'll be a couple more things. But this is a corporate rhythm. There isn't companies that launch like this. Okay. First of all, most of the companies that are launched, they're not coordinating with their leaders and with their markets. Once markets start building and leaders start getting identified, this thing will be completely filled with trips that will all make sense where every 4 months in every region, we're driving these trips. Okay. Now, Makai, you can see this side of my board, right? Right here. Okay. So this is 2026. This is 2027. Okay. So in January of 2027, we know we're going to have a trip in the Caribbean and North and South America. And we know in February in 2027, we're going to have something for Europe, Middle East, and Africa in these 2 months because we're sticking to our every 4-month rhythm. Okay. So if we went right here, if you went to Romania in October, you got November, December, January, February, you're in the 4-month, right? Disneyland's a little bit longer, or no, it's 4 months, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4. So if you go from Disneyland in September and you just go to the end of the year, now you're in January, you're due a trip somewhere in January. So we're already thinking about that. In the first founders trips, okay, most likely going to be June or July timeframe. And the reason for this is if we start in November, okay, November 7th is our first founders package. That means that we're not even going to have the data, okay, until at least, let's say November of the next year, okay? And so Once we sign you up as a founder, you're paying every month, you get to get 12 months. Your 12th month will be here. Okay. But we don't only want 1 month of people that qualify for a founder's trip to do a trip, right? We want to get, say, 3 to 4 months worth of founders members and then offer the first trip. Okay. The other thing is we need a minimum of 60 days to be able to close the trip before travel. For example, if we go right here to June, we need to go 1-2 months backwards, and the close date to register would have to be March. Okay, it might even be mid-March. So in order to go on a trip here, you're closing the trip here. So I want you to understand why the trip is here. Okay. And so basically what we want to do is we want to have November, right? December, January, and February. So 4 months worth of people that have paid 12 months of their membership to go on the founders trip. So we'll be closing it out about here, and they'll be able to pick their first founders trip here. Okay. Now, once we announce the first founders trip, we may even simultaneously announce the second trip. The second trip will be down here somewhere. Okay. In 2027, because we're not, and this is something that is unique to us. In other companies, you do 1 trip a year. That's it. So you just have to wait until that company's trip, and maybe you don't like it. And now you're like, no, I don't really like that trip. Maybe they're going skiing and you don't like to ski. Right. And so we're not going to do that. We're going to have an inventory of founders trips. Okay. They're not going to be every month. We want the founders trips to be meaningful with lots of people on them, but we'll probably put the second one down here somewhere, and we'll rotate through experiences around the world. There'll be bucket list, iconic locations. We're not going to give you all of that right now, but we're giving you, this is your first 12 months. And then if you really want to go in, you're seeing 14 months, and then 15, 16, 17, 18. So we're giving you about 18 months worth of us driving the entire field. With that, Micaiah, I don't even know if I'm.
Yeah, I'll take it. Yeah, I'll take it over. He's going to switch over, but are you going to switch cameras right now? Are you switching cameras? While you're doing that, I want to share something, guys. That was a lot of data.
Can you hear me? I can't hear you.
We can hear you, buddy. We can hear you.
Okay, yeah.
So I want to share something with you guys.
I'm going to just throw the call to you, Jefferson. I couldn't hear if you were talking. So I appreciate you guys being on. I'm going to throw the call to you, and then you guys can comment about how.
Okay. Yeah, sounds good. Sounds good. All right. So guys, he shared a lot of information. You didn't have to understand it. Just know that a lot of thought has been going into timing and markets and regions of the world. And that's all you need to understand, right? And that's what's super powerful, that he didn't have to share that with you. Micaiah and I were like, dude, you got to share that with everybody and the leaders so they know how much thought and vision's going into the future. Now, we're going to have a ton of other dream trips sprinkled out for everybody else that's joining and all the things that we're talking about, you, the builders. So there's rhythms going on in different regions of the world, right? And then obviously the founders trips, once those start popping up, what that rhythm is going to look like. And so we just wanted to make sure that he is as serious as a heart attack on this thing. And we're so blessed to have a guy like him and Tammy and the whole Rovia team working on the travel side of things for each and every one of us. And so what I'm going to do real quick is I'm going to bring Micaiah on. He's going to get into some prep work. And then we're going to, after Micaiah, I'm going to come back on and show you guys visually 5K, 10K, 25K, how many founders packs you need to hit your goals, that what you want in the next week or so. All right, guys. So our other co-founder, Chief Growth Officer, Micaiah York. What's up, buddy?
Hey, what's up, dude? Appreciate you. What's up, everybody? Excited to be here on this Wednesday. It's the middle of the week. I love Wednesdays because you're able to reflect. Always in my business, I broke my business up into 3 different categories: the beginning of the month, the middle of the month, and the end of the month. The beginning of the month, right? We're setting a goal. We're identifying where we're at, where we want to be by the end of the month. And in the middle of the month, we're identifying how far away are we? Do we need to adjust? What do I need to carry on to finish strong? What do I need to let go of things that I wasn't doing that I don't want to carry on? And so we got that beginning, that middle, and then as we come into the end, we're at the end of this phase. And so listen, I'm very excited as we enter into pre-launch. I'm going to cover just a couple of things. A lot of things I'm going to share are things that we've shared already. They may sound repetitive, but it's important that we beat the drum on this, because our goal is for you to have an extremely successful launch. Who doesn't want to have a successful launch, right? And so we want to share things that we know are going to increase your percentage of conversion. We want you to have a huge first month story. It's all about that first month story. Last week, I talked about digging your cleats into the ground and pushing. And I just want to say it again because it's so worth it as an entrepreneur to be able to do that. And so a couple things I want to mention. On October 31st, we are starting our 8-day countdown. Okay, so you're going to see social media pop off again like it did at the beginning. 8-day countdown, which means we're going to have a new reel post up on social media every day, counting down as free launch comes to an end and as pre-launch is about to explode. So just a couple things for you to take advantage of it. Be active on social media. Now is the time to be active, to be engaging with your people. And yes, Jefferson said day zero is activation day. So on the 7th, we will have a video come up that will say activate today, parallel to our pre-launch video. But we want you to be active. We want you to take advantage of it. Listen, there's 5 million members who bought this product, and a lot of them don't even know that this is a relaunch phase, and you're putting yourself in position to have them see your post and come back. And so just want to encourage you to take advantage of the social media, engage. It's all about engagement. Okay. I'm not going to do a social media training on here today, but it's all about engagement. It's engaging with your audience. When you see people comment, go and comment back. Go and comment on the DreamTrips stuff. It's about activating the algorithm, activating your own personal algorithm so you can take advantage of the overflow of momentum. What we don't want to do as leaders is try to put ourselves in the company's momentum. You can take advantage of the company's momentum, but don't misunderstand the company's momentum for your own personal momentum. And so leverage the company's momentum by the social media videos that we're going to be releasing. And listen, they're hot. They're hot. I can't wait for you to see this pre-launch video. You're going to see it. You're going to get excited. And there's only going to be one thing going through your brain. You wish you had more people who could see that video. Okay. So it's exciting. I've watched it like 50 times. I just can't stop watching it. It hits. Okay. And next is I'm going to get into a report that I want to encourage everyone to be spending time in. But before I do that, I want to just talk about the mindset of an entrepreneur. Okay. And I know we got a lot of different types of people on here. We got absolute professionals, and then we have new beginner type level leaders. And so I understand that there's those two different audiences, and then everybody in between. Most people on this Zoom, most of us as leaders, we are spending 80% of our time in the recruiting aspect, which means we are focused on recruiting 80% of our time. 20% of that time, 80 recruiting, 20% is spent on taking our hand and making sure we're helping our new people get started correctly, making sure that we're properly communicating with our new people in the process of getting started. Okay. So there's never been a time for us to be able to over communicate. Please don't think that the Telegram and the emails are hitting your group. This is relationship marketing. We have to be willing to dive into the team and make sure that we're touching them, we're communicating with them, we're letting them know what is happening within the DreamTrips world. There are people on your team still who don't know launch date is November 7th. And so just want to encourage you to over communicate. Now, for some of you, your organization is only 10 people. Your organization is only 15 people. So over communicating with them is simple. They know. So what is your focus? 80% helping them, or 20% helping them get their 4, and 80% for you bringing on new people. I'm going to pull up the report in just a second, and I'm going to just share some quick language that I'm personally using as I'm calling through teams. Your teams all over the globe. And so I will pull that report up. I'm going to show you how to pull the report up, and I'm going to just role play with you and just share with you a little bit about my language on what I'm sharing with these people. But as far as mindset of an entrepreneur, if we can just keep it real, okay? I want to always just speak truth. Majority of people on here, your growth happened through low-hanging fruit, which means we made an announcement. there were a lot of old members that heard Dream Trips is back and they're back, right? And you've got that first layer of growth. Anytime we're pre-launching a company, every time you launch a company, there's about roughly 3 different phases. Phase 1 are people who see the announcement and they join, right? We've gone through that phase. We're now in phase 2 where there's like this waiting people. People are waiting to see what's about to happen. This is the phase where you want to put that sucker into 5th gear and grind it out, because you're going to see a second wave of momentum. But you won't experience that second wave of momentum if you're not staying in personal activity. Always, always stay in personal activity. This is absolutely essential. I promise you, the results you're seeing, the results you're going to see in 90 days is going to be 100% based off of the activity you do now. Does that mean you're not going to see results now? Absolutely, you're going to see results now. But if you want to really set yourself up for success, it's digging your cleats in, keeping that momentum high, because you see what's about to happen. Because what's going to happen is about 90 days from now, you're going to start to see these recruits. You're going to experience phase 2 and phase 3 of momentum because of what you do right now. So I just can't stress that enough. And as leaders, this is the powerful role that we're in with Jefferson, Mark, and myself. Is we're not just some corporate guys who are here and trying to just lead a team. Like we're in the field with you. We know what it's like to be an entrepreneur. We know what it's like to promote and have people not show up. We know what it's like to have people sign up and then quit just as fast as they signed up, to promote the cruise and then they don't come. Just the emotions of an entrepreneur. We get it. We're running alongside of you. But the good thing about that is we've also made massive success. We've had a huge amount of success. And so we're able to help properly guide a leadership group on what does it look like to have a extremely successful pre-launch. Okay, it's number 1, taking advantage of our social media that is about to pop off on October 31st. Be engaged with it, share it, click it, put it on your socials. Okay. Number 2, understand the 80-20 rule and don't get it out of order. Okay, don't get it out of order. Stay focused with that understanding where you're 20% helping your team get 4 no more, understanding where they're at, where they want to be. Jefferson's going to come up in just a moment. He's going to show you exactly how to hit the rank, but also staying in your personal activity. And there's just 4 quick steps that if you're taking notes or if you have a notebook to jot down. Number 1 is we set a goal. What is your goal? Jefferson's going to talk about this in just a moment. What is your month 1 goal? From November 7th to December 1st, where do you want to be? What rank does that look like? Okay. In our opinion, we think that 10K should be a minimum rank that you should be aiming for. Set that goal. Number 2, keep in momentum, keep in activity. Do not let off your foot in the activity. Focus on the activity, because we drive the activity, results are going to show up. Number 3, always be promoting the next event. Always be promoting the next training. Always be promoting the next live call. Always be promoting the next trip. One thing I learned earlier on in my career is if I could become professional at just promoting, I could win. Even in times where I knew I wasn't going to be able to make all of the events myself, right? You may be looking at that calendar and saying, man, I'm a busy mom. I'm a busy dad. I got other businesses. I got life happening. It's not that you need to attend all of those different trips. It's that you need to understand that these trips are available. So when you talk to a new member and they say, listen, Micaiah, I'm all in, I just can't make the cruise. No problem. Check it out. Get ready, because we have an event coming up in June. You're not going to want to miss it. It's going to be off the charts. I can't wait for you to hear about it. Now is the time to stay in momentum. So when they launch that trip, you'll be ready. You see, now they're thinking to themselves, okay, no problem. I can't make the cruise, but I can go on that one. Oh, you can't go on that one? No problem. We got a supercar. Are you guys picking up what I'm dropping? Like, we're becoming professional promoters, constantly leading your people. The definition of leadership by John C. Maxwell is influence, nothing more or nothing less. And this is why Mark stresses the importance of selling out to the system, right? And so number 1, we have a goal. Number 2, we're staying in activity. Number 3, we're always promoting the next event, whether it's a presentation, a training, or a trip. And then number 4, which you guys know I'm passionate about, which is personal development. Listen, The best thing we can do as a group is to never stop growing mentally. Investing into your personal growth is essential. And again, I know I'm speaking to the choir because we have some seasoned leaders on here. But in life, we are either growing or we are declining. There's no such thing as staying the same. 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership was a book I talked about on our first training call. The 15 Laws of Growth was a book that I recently mentioned in our last training. I'm going to continue to talk about future books, but if you haven't yet picked up those books, I know we're in 2025 going into 2026. Even if you have Audible, get it on Audible, put it on 1.5 mode and listen to it. Get the information. Let's be a group of leaders that we're not just making a difference in our bank accounts and other people's bank accounts, but we're making an impact on people's lives. I'm super passionate about this. The better you are as an individual, the better you will be in your business. The more problems you know how to solve as a leader will be a direct reflection to the size of your check. The bigger your check, the bigger the problem that you can solve, right? And so as leaders, if we're in our organization learning how to overcome objection, they're either going to sell you on why they can't go on the cruise, or you're going to sell them on why they need to be there. They're either going to sell you on why they're going to wait to buy a founder's pack in a couple months, or we're going to influence them and encourage them why they could do it now and then earn their money back in just a few days. It's all about influence, and that comes to investing into ourselves, investing in yourself. The best thing I can do as Chief Growth Officer is to heavily invest into me, because when I do that, I know I can serve you better. The best thing you can do for me is invest into you, because when you invest into you, now we can serve each other on a high level. And collectively, when we take responsibility of our lives in our personal development, our personal growth, collectively, we can go change the world. Individually, when we do it, collectively, we can go out there and change the world. In case, are y'all with me? Are y'all ready to invest into yourself, to dive into personal development? Let's throw some fire emojis in the chat if you are down to grow. The last thing I'm going to cover real quick before I throw it over to Jefferson is how to find your report. Okay, so hopefully by now, everybody on this call, you have access to your login. And so you'll go to your DreamTripsLaunch.com. And then over here on the left-hand side, you'll go ahead and click on Back Office. Please don't pay attention to any of the numbers on this account. Okay, this is just a demo account here. And on the left-hand side, you're going to see where it says Reports. Okay, we're going to go ahead and click on Reports. You're going to see this simple enrollment tree downline report. We're going to go ahead and click on that downline report. Now, on the top right-hand corner, you're going to see where it says download. I want everybody to come here and download this. Now, for some of you, you have 10 people in here. For some of you, you have 100 people in here. For some of you, you have 1,000 people in here. What I'm going to challenge you to do, I know for a fact that if every single person on this Zoom right now pulled up this report and called through this report before November 7th and just introduced yourself and said, I'm here to serve you. Do you know about Telegram? Do you know about the cruise? Do you know about the upgrade? Are you wanting to get the business pack or the founders pack? You take inventory of your organization. What does a restaurant do at the beginning of every month? They take inventory. How much do I need to order? Where am I at? How much are we going to sell? As leaders, this is what we do. Now, the great thing is, no matter whether you're on a Mac or a PC, you can filter it, okay? So you'll be able to come in here. On mine, it goes by descending, okay? So you can filter it multiple different ways. You can filter it by who's recruited the most amount of people. For example, if I was going to call Stephanie on my list, I would literally reach out to her and I would say, hey, Stephanie, Micaiah here, just excited for you. A lot of these people you may know, maybe you don't. Hey, I saw that you enrolled 2 people. Congratulations. That's such a big deal. You're only 2 people away from getting your membership for free if they all buy the same package that you come in with. And Stephanie, tell me a little bit about your story. How did you hear about DreamTrips? Build rapport with people. People want to hear what's in it for me. This is what people want to know. And they don't need to be extremely long conversations, but get to know somebody. Again, it's relationship marketing. They're going to tell you a little bit about the reason why. And then maybe ask them, okay, what's your goal? Have you thought about what package you're going to join with on November 7th? Oh, I'm going to come in at a business pack. Oh, I'm coming in at a founders pack. On my notebook that I have sitting on the right hand, I'm going to write down, Stephanie, founders pack, 400 BV. You take inventory of your entire team. What you're going to do is you're going to come up with a number. And that number is going to tell you where you're at right now. That number may be 10,000 in volume. That number may be 5,000 in volume. That number may be 100,000 in volume. That number be 500,000 in volume. And as a leader, what you're doing is you may have too many people on this list. So what you're doing is you're contacting your top 5 leaders and making sure they're going through their enrollment legs. Now, you can filter this by start date. You can filter this by personal enrollments. You can filter this by country. Okay. I personally am calling the top recruiters first and then going down through the list. This is such a powerful tool here for you to be able to leverage when promoting and driving your organization. And again, if some of you have a list the size of the one I just saw, that may be 30 minutes, right? That's that 20% of your time. 80% of your time, you're on social media, you're engaging with people, you're reaching out, you're understanding it's a numbers game, you're digging your cleats in the mud, and you're running for that target goal that Jefferson's about to cover here in just a moment. And so I hope that was a value for you. We see questions coming in. We'll address questions towards the end, but this is a valuable tool for you to be able to use this. And we are so jacked for you to be able to see the new website, the new back office, the new videos. This comp plans are going to be hot. I know you're waiting for it. Listen, it's coming. Just know it's hot. Have that blind faith. It's going to be hot. Okay. You're going to love it. You're going to be motivated. You're going to be happy that you're doing the do before you see what happens. Visionaries, and I'm going to end it with this, Jefferson. I'm going to throw it over to you. A true visionary is somebody who sees the thing before they actually see the thing. I get that? Like, you see it before you actually tangibly see it. This is what a visionary does. A visionary gets there before everybody else does. And this is that group of people. And we're going to go develop leaders all around the world. I commend you for taking your time. I know it's early morning, late nights for some of you, and we just appreciate you. This is going to be a massive, successful launch. One question, we will upload the perpetual planner document in the back office, so you'll be able to print that out. You can go to Office Max, Office Depot, whatever your printing shop is, get it laminated, blow that sucker up, throw it on the wall. So that way we're all on the same page. We know the trip rhythm, and this is going to be an incredible launch, November 7th. So God bless you. We love you. We'll be here hanging out, answering questions. Jefferson, brother, floor is yours, man. Thank you.
Thanks, buddy. Thanks to Micaiah. Great stuff, man. Always great hearing you, listening to you. You know, that was a great reminder for a lot of you that have heard that before, but priceless information for those of you that are seeing this for the first time. Okay, so let's jump into the numbers here real quick here, guys. Right now, I'm going to go in terms of founders packs right now, because you want to know most people are going to be doing the founders pack. We know that some people have budgets and they can't do it, or they're just not able to do it right away. But just so we're not doubling the numbers here, I'm just going to go founders packs and show you guys how many founders packs you need based on 1K, 5K, 10K, 25K, things like that. Show you a little bit of structure. There's multiple ways of having structure, but I'm just giving you some examples, right? And so as you work with your sponsor, enroller, upline on what your thing kind of looks like, Micaiah started it off by going through, making the calls and finding out who's, yes, I'm a founder. Start writing all those down so you can add it all up, because that's going to dovetail perfectly of what I'm going to share right now as we wrap up here. And then right after I'm done, we'll take some questions. We can't do a lot because we've already been going an hour here, 55 minutes, but we will take some questions for sure, because you are the leaders. We want to make sure you're clear on what it is that you're thinking in your head here. So let's jump in. I'm going to go over to the second camera. Okay, that's not my second camera. It's a different camera. It's this camera right here. Okay, perfect. All right, good. A couple things. All right. So just know that the Founders Pack is worth 400 CV when somebody purchases it and when they upgrade. Okay. So let's do a little bit of math here. Let's go aside from the light bulb here. Okay. So let's say you want to hit 5K. That's 5,000 in CV. You divide that by 400 CV, and you have to have 12.5 Founders Packs. Okay. In order to generate the 5,000 in commissions, or 5,000 in CV to hit 5K. All right, let's do something else. You want to hit 10K, travel to 10K. Let's divide that by 400 CV because that's how much a founders pack is. It's 400 CV. Okay. You have to have 25 founders packs and you're a 10K. Okay. Let's say you want to be a 50K. All right. Divide that by 400, 125 founders packs. I think you get the gist, right? You just divide your goal by 400 CV. That's how many founders packs you need. Okay. If you're wondering about business packs, it's 200 CV. So it's double the numbers. Okay. If you're just doing it in terms of business packs, it's 200 CV. All right. So let's show you some of these goals here. And I already pre-drew them out just to save us a bunch of time. Okay. And so let me show you this. This is 5K right here. Actually, let me draw out 1K for you. Okay. So there's several ways to go 1K. Rank has to deal with your enrollment team. Okay. So if you go out and put in 3 founders packs, that's 400, 400, 400. Okay. What is that? That's 1,200. Are you 1K? Yeah. You're over 1,000, right? Okay. You can also go, okay, you can go founders pack. Oops. Founders pack. That's 800. Business pack. Business pack. So that's 1,200 too. Okay. You can go over 1,000. So that's another way of doing getting 1K. Okay. And if you go out and if you do get your 4, because you want to make your money back, and you want to go and you want to waive all your fees, this is you enrolling 400, 400, 400, 400. That's way more than 1,000. That's 1,600 right there. You're well over 1,000. That's 1K. Okay, very simple. Okay, now we're going to get into the bigger numbers here. Okay. All right. So here's the 5K. Here's what it could look like. All right. So what is this? 5K is 13 founders packs. Okay. This is your enrollment team right here. Okay. I'm going to cover this part right here. This is your enrollment team right here. Let me just cover this with my phone. Okay. This is your enrollment team. Let's say you sponsored 3. I know we always go by 4, but I'm just giving you an example. You have 6 founders packs here. You enrolled this person. That's an enrollment leg. You have 6 founders packs in that leg. You enrolled another person, 6 founders packs in that one. And then this one, 1 founders pack. Okay. That's your enrollment team. Now in the binary, okay, that can end up being, let's say this is a spillover. All you have to do is have 1 founders pack there. Okay. You have to have 2 enrolled, but 1 founders pack there. And then the 6 and 6 can come from the other side, or you could flip it, whatever. Okay. So I'm just showing you an example of what 5K can look like. There's almost not infinite examples, but there's a lot of different examples of that. Okay. That's 5K. Okay. So now you're looking at doing 10K. All right. That's 25 founders packs. Okay. And in a few days, we will have the numbers for you of what that means as far as income. We've already showed you a lot of things about what you're going to hit, but there's one-time bonuses and other bonuses you can get when you hit 10K that you have not seen yet in addition to the binary. Okay. So right here, it's 11 from one leg, 11 from the other, and 3 from another. You could have 5, 10, 8 legs if you want. Okay. I'm just giving you just one example, 11, 11, and 3. So in the binary, that can be big leg here, 3 in that leg, 11 and 11 here. Okay. And that circle isn't 11 people in the circle. It's that person brought in 11 founders legs. Okay. It's these people. So that's what 10K looks like. Okay. If this is difficult for you to understand, that's okay. This is literally like going from baseball to football or from the right side of the brain to the left side of the brain. So don't worry about all that. You'll see this in your back office when the volume starts coming in, and you'll see really quickly where your volume needs to come from. Okay, let's go 25K. I did something a little different here. Let's say you sponsored 4 people. Okay, and each one of that's still 15 founders packs, 15 founders packs, 15 founders packs, 18. Okay, it could look like this in the binary. It can be flip-flopped a little bit. It can be balanced a little bit. It doesn't really matter here because you've got 4. And the more legs that you have, the more healthy your organization is. Those 4 legs or those 8 legs or 10 legs that you've enrolled are all going to be within your 2 binary legs. Okay. It's just, we got to make sure that 10%. Now, where are these numbers coming from? These numbers that I'm showing you, for example, on 10K, these numbers this is 45%. 45%, 10%. That's what these numbers are coming from. Okay. Some of you are like, what does that come from? It's our rules. 45, 45, 10. That has to be the volume split amongst your organization. You can't have it all in 2 legs. It's got to be in 3 or more, but at least 10% has to come from somebody on your bigger leg, okay, of the rank you're trying to achieve. So here, 1,000 has to come. If you're going for 10K, 10% of 10K is 1,000. So 1,000 has to come from one of the legs. Okay, 25K. Same thing. What's 10% of 25K? That's, what is that, 2,500? 2,500 has to come from, at least 2,500 has to come from one of these legs. And there's plenty in these legs altogether. Okay. So the last one I'll show, just so you guys can see, is 50K, 125 founders packs. Some of you guys have way more than that. Potentially you have way more than that. So that's 56, 56, 13. Okay. That could be 56, 56, 13, or it could be the 56 on this side and what. And so all you have to do is do the math backwards. One more time. Okay. All you do is how many founders packs? Here's what you want to find out. How many founders packs do I need? Okay. Your answer is, is basically it's your goal divided by 400 CV. Okay. That's going to be your answer. Okay. So if you want to get to 100K, that is your rank. You want to hit 100K, you're going to do 100K divided by 400, which gives you 250 founders packs. Some of you have a shot to hit more than 100K, which is huge. Okay. Yeah. No, okay. So I see questions there. No, that's for binary calculation. We're talking about rank qualification. Okay. So I saw a question there about
Jefferson, one thing I was going to mention, I think it's important for people to know too, is, and you can maybe draw this out, that you can hit rank in 1 leg. That means you won't have a binary check. You have to be binary qualified and you have to be active, but you can have your 45, 45, and 10% in 1 leg. And you can grow and rank in that. Now, again, you won't have a binary check, right? But just know that's insane. That the way that is the model that we have here, and some of you may experience that. And we want you to have a binary check. That's why you want to build 2 organizations. But those 3 legs those 3 lineages, 45, 45, 45, can come from 1 leg. I just want to let people know.
Yeah, no, that's good. So yeah, you've heard us talk about 220 and 110. That's towards the binary income. But when somebody signs up, that's 400 CV or 200 CV towards rank on the initial. That's what I'm saying. Everything you do for the next 9 days is going to determine what your rank is for the first month. Because even though we do weekly ranks, you guys are going to get the biggest pop, because starting the second month, it's either 108 CV or 50 CV on the back end residual. So do you see that you only get 1 shot to get a 400 CV or a 200 CV this time on this pre-launch? Okay. Now, yeah, people are going to be signing up every day. You'll be getting 200s and 400s and 200 400s every day as people duplicate and stuff. But I'm saying right now for the pre-launch, to determine what you want your rank to be from day 1 or week 1, is everybody that all the work you've been doing for the last 2, 3, 4 weeks, everybody's going to generate a 200 CV or a 400 CV when they activate. And that's going to pop you up. Some of you are going to be over 100. Some of you are going to be close to 500K. Okay. Because that's how many 400s are popping in your group. Okay. So once again, 220 and 110 is the CV that's allotted to the binary for income, but you use all the CV towards rank qualification on that initial. Okay. Just want to make sure you guys know that. Okay, cool. All right. All right, what is lineage and enrollment leg? But hold on a second. And I showed that in the beginning here, guys. I'm gonna do this again. Okay, second camera. I showed this in the beginning. I'll do it again right here. Your enrollment leg is the people that you enroll, which I showed earlier. That's why I've been showing it halfway. Your binary leg is what's left and right. Okay, the people that you enrolled are going to be in your binary. Not sometimes everybody that's in your binary might be those people. You might get some extra people in your binary from above that spill down below you, but everybody in your enrollment team will be in your binary team. Okay. This is who you enrolled and who they've enrolled and who they've enrolled, who they've enrolled. Okay, binary, they will be in your binary team, but you might end up getting a few people placed from above to below because as you build your teams, you've got to place people below those people. Does that make sense? Okay. So there's that there. And so that's a good question. All right. What's next? All right, Mikhail, I guess we want to go ahead and go into some questions since we covered that and some of those things there. So if you see some questions, let me know.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. We can do that. So if you have any questions, throw them
I
in.
see the monthly math. Yeah, let's not get that specific, Ginger, because that depends on if you're at a 15%, right? Yes, you're right. If you're at 15%, Ginger, on that one. Okay. Yeah.
Yes, Marcus. Rank comes strictly from enrollment legs. Okay, not spillover. Spillover only counts towards binary pay.
And your big word. Okay.
Okay, while you're reading there, Micaiah, a lot of people are trying to figure out like what are they making per month or per sale and things like that. And so assuming that you're at 15%, okay, 108 CV is the founder's monthly reorder. Okay. If you're making 15% of that, which most of the ranks, you're at 15% of the pay leg. Yeah, you're making 1620 per sale. Every sale down the pay leg. What is the pay leg? It is the shorter side. Remember, as you're growing, your organization's growing organically. It's never going to be perfectly balanced ever. Okay, it's one side's always going to be bigger than the other, those kinds of things. And so all it's going to do is go, okay, this is the shorter side. We're paying you 15%. Just know that roughly, if you're trying to do math and hit goals, for every founder's membership that you have to infinity, okay, not to infinity, but almost, right? Just think about this. 1620 all the way, that's how much you make per sale all the way down the leg. Okay. And so you want to make 10,000 a month, divide $10,000 a month by 1620. That's how many founders membership you need. Okay. You want to make 100,000 a month, divide 1620 by how many people on the pay. That's how many founders membership you need. So that's how you do the math on that.
Awesome. Very good. There's not too many questions flying in. Listen, there shouldn't necessarily be. We're going to continue to come out with more features of the plan that you guys are going to love. You're going to love. You're going to love. I just promise you, you time block and schedule your time effectively. Time is the most valuable commodity that we have, right? And so you can be effective with your time and not have to work a lot of time if you're diligent with what you do in the time that you have. You've heard this said before. You can't manage time, but you can manage what you do with the time that you have. And so I encourage you to open that report, call through that report next 24, 48 hours, touch your people, communicate with them, over communicate with them. When will the app be released? Yeah.
I got to share something, guys.
Yeah.
I really want you to hear what Micaiah said. When you call people, you're there to serve. You're not there to be their boss. You're not there to say, make more sales, right? You're there to say, hey, how can I help you? How can I be of service? Do you know about the Telegram channel? Do you know about the calls coming up? Just that kind of service, right? Because they might be getting more calls than they're normally used to, and they don't even know you if you're calling 4 levels deep. You follow what I'm saying? So I just want to just be mindful of that. Also use some texting too. Go ahead, Micaiah.
Yeah. You would just be surprised how many people appreciate just hearing from you. And it's not that you got to call them and pound them, and everybody's different. Some people, you're not going to get them to move as quickly as you want to move. But network marketing, the key to success in network marketing is getting a lot of people to do a little bit. Love people where they're at. Push them, challenge them, encourage them to think big and to dream big and to act big. But the truth is not everybody is. So you got to love them where they're at, but also don't call them and just hammer them. Ask people what their motivation is. Ask people what their why is. The more they tell you, the more you'll know how to lead them. Okay. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we're good. So we have the presentation happening tonight. I'll be doing the presentation live. Let's make this week a powerful week. Your mind is so powerful. I could talk to you all day about the power of your thoughts. What you think about, you bring about. It is a reality. Have you ever thought your way into getting sick? I think I'm getting sick. Right? It happens all the time. Think your way into success, but back it up with action. Okay. Think your way into success, but back it up with action, and we can do some incredible things here. If someone is a founder and enrolls 4 businesses, does he get the small fast start bonus? And the opposite, you get the fast start bonus based off of the package that you enrolled with. So if you started with a founder's package and you enroll 4 people with the founder's package, you'll get the founder's bonus. If you start with a business package and you enroll 4 founders, you're going to get the business fast start bonus. Okay. So you get the bonus based off of the package that you personally come in with.
Yeah, we're
Closing
trying to
thoughts,
encourage a
Jefferson, anything you
behavior
wanna
here.
share?
Yeah. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
I'll let you close this out. Thank you, man.
Okay. Great job. All right, everybody. We have 9 days left. So day 0 will be the activation day. October 31st, we'll drop the first social media countdown, 8-day countdown. We'll do our best to get you the actual video file in Telegram in this leadership group, so you can then post it natively to your stories. So everybody on here is posting it on your stories, as well as sharing the Dream Trips one as well. So we'll make sure every day you'll get a new countdown, right? And start spinning it up. But there's a lot of people on your teams that are just starting yesterday, just starting today. Let's dive down. Let's help them get their 4. Let's help them get their 8. Let's help them duplicate, and let's show up and show out for Micaiah tonight on the presentation, show him our support with our new guests and all that. So with that said, everybody, I appreciate your time and attention. We'll get this recording out here in just a couple of hours. Take care. God bless.